I would read a piece today, but I feel like just proposing marriage to Victoria.
Really?
So I have a piece called The Castle Walls. This summer I took a long trip to Norway, and I've talked about that the last couple times I was here. I'm writing a book about it. And I went to my first fortress. And if you've never been to a fortress, it's something unusual. A fortress, you see it in the picture books and you read about it in history and so forth, and you have to experience it to believe it. You know, the huge walls, 20 buildings inside, including a castle. Castles are cool, by the way. The building, these walls are 600, 700 years old. And I'm walking around the grounds, and I get to a southernmost point that looks over the water in the bay. And there are still cannons. And this is dangerous for me. It's on a place called Prince Karl's Bastion. This is dangerous for me because I'm one of those people who has their filter fail on occasion. And, well, actually, my filter will kick in. I don't know how your imagination works. But the way my imagination works is that I will doing, and my eyes will close and my eyes will reopen, and they will filter reality in a completely different way. So I'm standing here, and there's a cannon over here, and there's a cannon over here, and I'm standing here, and I'm looking out over the water, and there are some ships in the water, but I close my eyes, and the filter kicks in, and I see Sweden invading. And I see a man in old Norwegian army wear over here, and a man in old Norwegian army wear over here. And I have to do something about it because Sweden is invading. Mother of God, do something now. So, range 300 meters. Elevation 30 degrees. Fire! Range 270 meters. Elevation 28 degrees. Fire! And I'm back in the center. And let's face it, as a captain, I'm a little Shatner, right? I'm a little Shatner. Fire! Another one! Fire! I'm back over here. Fire! And I'm back in the center. And suddenly reality intrudes, and I look around, and there's a school field trip behind me. There's a bunch of kids that look 9 or 10 years old. And I'm running around a fortress screaming, fire! In the United States, if this happened, I suspect there would have been a loud alarm. Amber alert. Amber alert. Instead, this little Norwegian boy just kind of walks in my direction and he gives me a look like, bitch, please. This is my territory to play with the cannons. So I wander away and I head into the castle. And the castle's cool. Again, it's like 600 years old. And there's a dungeon. And I'm up top and they have one of those long dining halls that you see in the old picture books. The table starts here and it ends out the front of the building. Pass the salt. And again, my filter comes on and I see Vikings sitting at the table and serving wenches, and all I want to do is get up on top of the table and do a somersault. Because what the hell else would you do when you're looking at a 60-foot long table? But that one I figure is prison time. So instead I look around this chamber and it's got the high ceilings, these vaulted ceilings, and there's a small echo to the chamber. So I farted.
Oh my God!
And honest to God, I felt like a new man. I felt like a new man. And here's why. There's actually a point to this story, I swear to God. I felt like a new man. And this is why. For the first 18 years of our lives, we are one type of person. Right? We're one type of person. We're allowed to be that type of person. We develop as that type of person. And around the time we hit 18, They tell us we have to be somebody different now. They tell us it's time to grow up, take responsibility, stop playing around. You're an adult now. And while it seems like a good idea on the surface, what it is, it's a car accident. You've had a tire blowout, and they tell you to turn into the curve, into the skid, but you overcorrect around that time. Society overcorrects who you are. You forget the importance of play. We stop playing. And even as adults when we do play, I tried a softball league once, and I quit. Because everybody who went to the plate was trying to recapture lost glory, and nobody would swing for anything but a home run. They weren't playing. It wasn't play. It wasn't a game. The happiest, most well-adjusted people I know are playing Dungeons and Dragons at the ages of 35 and higher. We forget to play. And that is what I remember that day, and that is when my mind began to change. When I began to change inside, because I realized this about myself. I played that day. I played in the strangest spot humanly possible, but I played that day. And that is the lesson I want to leave you with today. To remember to play, no matter how old you are. If you're 25, if you're 30, if you're 40, it doesn't matter. Play is important. Buy a wiffle ball and bat. Just throw the ball, hit it in your backyard for a little bit. Pick up a game, play Monopoly. Or go home, go to bed with your loved one, and fart right on them. You won't regret it. Thank you.